Your body doesn't want to be hurting, but it doesn't know how not to hurt. Um, this follows the previous video about the hospital experience. We need to really understand with chronic physical pain that not always your body wants to be hurting. Yes, it sends you signals if there's something wrong. That's true. If you hurt yourself instantly, it sends you a signal, I don't want this, be more careful, I don't want to be hurting. But at the same time, with long-term suppressed fear, the chronic, repetitive, always showing up pain not always wants to be there. That's not your natural state. That's not the natural state of your body. That's not the neutral state. Your neutral state is healthy. Your neutral state is pain-free, not painless, not the state where you cannot feel things, where you don't understand your body, when you're clueless, when you don't know. That's the state of suppressed pain. But a pain-free state is, I know perfectly well, okay, there's some pain coming, I can navigate it, I have the tools, I understand it, I know how to release it, I know I need to maybe release some fear, I need to release some limiting beliefs, I need to let go of what was serving me and was a good coping strategy until now, but from now on, this pain symbolizes that I no longer need this. And so often it is more important for you to teach your body how not to be hurting anymore, because if you have lived with chronic pain for so long, it's in such a big part of it can be psychosomatic, right? It's just your body is used to coping this way. It doesn't necessarily want to be hurting. It doesn't want to be punishing you. It doesn't want to be disabling you from doing things you want, but it's here protecting you. It's here protecting you from taking the steps of becoming who you are. Because in the past, it wasn't safe for you to do so. It wasn't safe for you to express who you are, to express your pain, your feelings, whatever it was. So you have coped this way, and it can show beautifully if you observe when the pain occurs in the finest amount. As soon as it's arising, what situation are you on? Or what aspect is missing from your life? Or what are you lacking in your life? What is it you want? And so probably your pain is protecting you from having that. But that doesn't mean that you should stop taking action. You should stop healing that aspect. That means the opposite. You need to focus on that aspect, be able to talk about that aspect with yourself primarily. It's not important talking about it so much with others. It can help us realize things, but it's so important for you to be able to talk about that aspect with yourself. And if there is, because when I started for example, focusing on aspects that were not aligned. Not aligned in my case was that I had to work really hard to get the result, okay, of what I wanted, for example. But it doesn't have to be that way. You can harmonize yourself so that everything comes easily, that everything is flowy, that everything is simple. Not necessarily the decisions or the responsibility that comes with it, but the energetical shifts can become so easy to do, and then the reality follows very soon. And some aspects of my life have been very hard to maintain. Okay, I had to work hard to maintain the body I wanted, or the health I wanted, or the money situation, and etc., or the relationships, whatever aspect. And there were aspects that made me sick, that made me nauseous, that made me feel like I was so selfish even thinking about those things, talking about those things about myself, even thinking to want to have those things. Okay, and the chronic pain often was associated with these topics. And now, for example, I can see I'm going through a big transformation, and there is still a lot of residue pain, but compared to what it was, it's basically nothing. Like, I have to remind myself from where I've come from, and that I have taken the layers off, and I have maybe even moved the pain, or I have just uncovered different layers of pain, because those were just on the surface. Those serious pains that I didn't understand, that I didn't relate to, I didn't know why they were happening to me. But now I can so much better communicate and transform pains into relief. And it can be very easy to teach your body not to be hurting, but while opening the topic, like opening the box of something that you have been suppressed about yourself, you have convinced yourself you don't get to have those things, just others have them. You have convinced yourself that others are different and things come easy to them because that's what you assume. And you also have convinced yourself that just some things aren't just meant for you, that you can't have it all. But that's not true. You can have it all, but it might be that some aspect, when you start opening it, when you start opening the layers, there might be a lot of pain, even nausea, even like resentment towards that, because it's been closed inside you. This energy has been closed. You can fortify any energy. Everything is energy, and everything can flow through you. You can give and receive whatever. Love, health, money, abundance, happiness, whatever. Everything can flow through you. But there might be a lot of pain associated to that aspect that you have suppressed, and you have worked hard for suppressing it. You have perfected suppressing it. You have constructed all those limiting beliefs, all the people in your life that will confirm your beliefs. They will say, yeah, this is not for us, right? This is for others. And you have built a fortress around you that protects you from having what you want, and the walls of the fortress are the pain. So in order to go through and basically destroy or re-establish the freedom and the openness of having all, instead of the fortress limiting you in your strong belief, it is gonna be through not necessarily feelings through pain, but looking at the pain, understanding it, opening it, going deep into it, feeling the things you didn't allow yourself to feel, thinking things you didn't allow yourself to think, because you have to become someone that thinks that way, that it's your reality. What you want has to already now be your reality in order for you to start putting down those walls, basically. And those walls are going to show up because you want that, but there are walls in your way. And you facing the walls can be your body giving you pain, hurting because it's trying so hard to protect you, because that's what you learn to believe. You've had very strong experiences in the past. Maybe you've had life or death experiences and you made a choice. You chose life instead of that other thing. And that's okay. But you can choose life and that other thing. You can make a different choice today. You can open the pathways through where the energy can flow and through where what you want can flow. But it's as if you imagine a tube and there is stuff, there's the fear that's like closing the tube, and maybe it was fully closed. Okay, energetically that tube was fully closed. No energy was flowing. Just like, no, I don't want it. That's where you have been protecting yourself from receiving what you want. That's like money comes in and immediately goes out. It never stays. It never flows through. Or it flows through a tiny little hole that's inside that tube. And it is up to you to cleanse that tube. It is up to you to expand it and allow as big a flow of what you want as you can right now. And then it's gonna get easier to strengthen that flow, to make that flow bigger. And as you follow, you can teach your body not to be hurting, whatever the situation. You can see the neutrality in all the aspects. First, maybe there will be some aspects that you need to heal more. There will be some aspects that you have denied completely in your life, and you have just said once in the past you have decided this is not for me. So maybe some aspects will need some more work, but you can get to the stage where whatever someone says will not cause you pain anymore, because you will be strong in your energy and you will be strong in your power. I do not need my body to give me pain. I do not need to feel pain with guilt, for example, pain with fear. Okay, they always connect, or often they connect together with the emotions. Okay, so the physical pain, someone doesn't have it, some people don't have it. And if you are someone experiencing through physical chronic pain, but pain in terms of psychological pain is the same. Okay, so experiencing any form of pain will be connected to that fear, to that guilt, to that resentment, and all of that combined, you can shift into your body not hurting. It doesn't have to be hurting, but you have to allow yourself to allow your body not to hurt anymore. That it's okay, that you can handle it, that you can handle more. So your body doesn't need to be hurting.